Hi there, I am Aman and you're watching PTO classes. So, in this video we are going to study the third chapter of grade 7th English grammar, that is kinds of nouns. So, I am sure that you are all aware with nouns. We have seen in the first chapter the parts of speech, that what are nouns, and you must have been learning this from very beginning. So in grammar we start by learning all these parts of speeches. So in this video we are going to see that how many and what are the kinds of nouns. So without wasting much time, let's start your chapter. So you all know that what is noun. Noun is the naming word, the words that defines the name of a person, place, animal or things. The name of a person, place, animal or thing are known as nouns. So we now will see that how many kinds of nouns are there. So majorly there are 5 kinds of nouns, that is proper noun. First is proper noun, second is common noun, third is material noun, fourth is collective noun, and these 4 kinds of nouns, they are collectively known as concrete nouns. They are known as concrete nouns. So these are the categories of concrete nouns. And the 5th and the last noun is abstract noun. So basically there are 2 kinds of noun, concrete and abstracts, and in concrete nouns there are 4 subcategories, that is proper noun, common noun, material noun and collective noun, and the 5th one, the abstract noun. So what is the difference between concrete and abstract noun? So we will see now in the next slide that what is concrete noun. Concrete nouns. A concrete noun is a noun which names something that can be touched or seen. So a noun which names something that can be touched or seen. For example, take the example of a building. It is a concrete structure because it can be seen through your eyes and you can feel it by touching it. So the names of the noun which names something that is can be easily seen or touched, or we can see it through our naked eyes. So it is the name of a person, place or thing which is physical and visible. So what are the 2 characteristics that makes it concrete noun? That first, it is physical, that means it can be touched, it can be sensed through your fingers, you can touch it, or you can see it through your eyes. Proper, common, material and collective nouns are all concrete nouns. So the 4 kinds of nouns, proper noun, common noun, material noun and collective nouns, they are combined called as concrete nouns. Have you understood that what are concrete nouns? Again I am repeating it, that concrete noun is a noun which names something that can be touched or seen. It is the name of a person, place or thing which is physical, which can be touched, and which is visible, which can be seen. So the 4 kinds of noun, proper, common, material and collective, these are all concrete nouns. So one by one we will see all the 4 kinds of nouns, and then we will see the abstract nouns. So Firstly, we have the proper nouns. So, proper nouns are the names of a particular person, places, animals, or things. These include, the examples are Richa, Anand, New Delhi, Sheru, St. Thomas School, etc. So, proper nouns are the name of a particular person or places or things. For example, if you have a dog, then you will name it something. For example, here it is given Sheru. So Sheru is a proper noun because it is the name of a particular dog. So it is proper noun. The proper name of something is proper noun. The particularity of that person, place or thing gives it the name that is known as proper noun. For example, see Anand, you must have many friends at school. You will say that I have so many friends and Anand is my best friend. So friend is a common noun and Anand is a proper noun because Anand is the name of a particular person. For example, India is the name of a country. Country is common noun because there are so many countries, but particularly India is the country where we live. So it is the particular name of a country. So it is proper noun. India is proper and country is common. For example, Mr. Narendra Modi is the Honorable Prime Minister of India. So Prime Minister is common noun and Narendra Modi is proper noun. So Honorable Narendra Modi ji is the Prime Minister of our country, and here the name, Honorable Prime Minister's name, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, it is defining a particular person, so it is proper noun. For example, I study in DPS Haldwani Lamachor. And what is DPS Haldwani Lamachor? A school. So school is a common noun because schools are so many. It is common name of a place where children go to study, go to learn. But DPS Haldwani Lamachor is the school of yours. So this particular name DPS Haldwani Lamachor is proper noun because it is the particular name of a school. There are no other DPS Haldwani Lamachor, so it is the proper noun. Don't get confused by that. There cannot be other names because Anand, there must be many Anands, but it is proper noun because it is the name of a particular person. There might be many Anands around you, but it is the name, it is the particular name that is given to a person. Got it? Anand is a proper noun because it defines someone particularly. Now see the second, common nouns. Common nouns are the names given in common to persons, places, animals or things. These includes girl, boy, student, city, dog, month, festival, etc. So see, boy, we have seen in the last slide that Anand is the name of a particular person, particular boy, and boy is common. There are so many boys, but Anand is a particular boy. Student, Amit is a very good student. So Amit is a proper noun because it is the name of a proper person, particular person, and student is common noun because it is general. There are so many students. The common name for a thing. See the example of dog. You have seen in the last slide in proper nouns, Sheru. My dog's name is Sheru. So Sheru is the particular name of a dog. So Sheru is proper noun and dog is common noun. See, month. Our exams are going to be held in the month of July. So month is common because there are so many months. The name of a common thing, the common, you can see that it defines something common between things. See, pencil, but Natraj pencil. See the example, pencil is common noun and Natraj pencil is proper noun. Same way, month is common noun and month of July, July is proper noun. Festival is common noun and Diwali is proper noun. You can see the example of a movie. See, movie is a common noun and Uri is a proper noun. City is a common noun because it is used commonly for all the cities, but Haldwani is a proper noun. Now let's see material nouns. Material nouns are the names of substance, material or ingredients. These include cheese, that is made from milk, almirah, that is made of steel or wood. Or you can take the example of gold, silver, cement or anything like that. So the name of particular, the name of substances, materials or ingredients. For example, spices, you take the spices, cloves. So cloves are material noun. Almirah, almirah is made of wood. So wood is the material that is used in making the almirah. So wood is a material noun. Gold, gold is a material noun because it is a material. It is very easy to understand that the materials, the substances, the ingredients are known as material nouns because from it we can make some things. For example, cheese. Cheese is a material, so it is a material noun. So these are the names of things, and the name of things are also nouns, and in depth it is the name of the materials, the things that are made from these materials. You have understood material nouns. Anything that names a particular material, ingredient or substance is known as material noun. Now we have the collective nouns. So what is collective noun? Collective nouns are the names of groups of people, animals or things. So a collective noun is a collection of things taken as a whole. So we don't call a cricket team as a group of players, but we use a particular name for that group of players which goes into the ground to play a cricket match. For example, see the team, crowd, herd, bunch, all these are the name of a group of people, animal or things which we call collective nouns. I have given you the example of cricket team. Suppose your India's cricket team is playing against some other nation. So we will call it a team, that the team won the match, or we will say that group of players won the match. So the group of players are there, they are combined in a combined sense called as a team. Or do we say that group of people gathered to watch the cricket match. We say it, but we commonly use a different name for it. So this particular name is collective noun, and that is crowd. That crowd of people, we don't use of people with it. The crowd gathered to watch the cricket match. Group of people is also right, but in place of using that big name, we just call it crowd. The crowd gathered for watching the cricket match. See, herd. When we see there are so many cows somewhere, so we don't say that the group of cows are there. What do we say? The herd is there. So herd is used for group of animals. Or for things, see, we have bunch, so we use bunch for things. We don't say the group of apples are there, group of mangoes are there. We use a particular noun for it, and that particular noun is collective noun because it is defining a particular group. Got it? Next time, see, in the newspaper it is always written the team won the match. It is not written that the group of players won the match. Got it? Now coming to the last kind of noun, that is abstract nouns. Earlier we have seen the 4 kinds of noun, that is proper nouns, common nouns, material noun and collective nouns. All these kinds of nouns can be seen or touched, and therefore they are known as concrete nouns because they can be seen or touched. But now the 5th category of nouns is abstract nouns. So abstract nouns are the names of quality, action or state which we can neither see nor touch, but we can only think of or we can feel it. So the things that are not present in front of us visibly, or we can't touch it physically. So these are abstract things. These are abstract nouns because these are the names given to those abstract things. For example, joy, friendship, love, anger. All these are feelings which we can't see or touch, but they are there, and we give a particular name to these feelings or state of mind. So that name is known as abstract nouns. See, for example, our friendship is very strong. So our friendship is very strong, but friendship can't be seen or touched. It can only be felt or experienced. So it is an abstract thing, and the word friendship is a name of that particular feeling. So it is abstract noun. Got it? These abstract nouns can be formed from verbs, nouns or adjectives. For example, Raghav is a brave boy. So brave is the adjective used for the noun boy. Now Raghav is famous for his bravery. See, we have formed bravery out of brave. So the brave was adjective. Now bravery has become a abstract noun. Bravery can't be seen or touched, so it is abstract. Got it? How to form abstract nouns from adjectives? The brave boy has a lot of bravery. So the bravery is an abstract noun. I hope you have understood all the nouns. Now we are going to do the exercises, and watch carefully you will do the exercises in your book from the video. You can do the exercises in your book from pencil, and I will give you the example of 2-3 sentences from the exercises, and you will do the rest on your own. So coming to the first exercise, that is exercise A. Write whether the following nouns are common or proper. So the nouns are given in your book. You have to identify that it is common noun or proper noun. See first one, book. Book is a common noun if the name of that book must be there. For example, honeycomb, your NCERT book. Honeycomb is a proper noun because it is a proper name of a particular book, particular name of that book, so it is proper noun. But here we have book, so book is common noun because it is a common thing. See the third one, the Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights is a very popular cartoon show. So if it would have been here cartoon, then you must have written common noun. But now we have the particular name of that cartoon, so we will write proper noun. So the Arabian Nights is proper noun. Now see the 11th one, harbor. Harbor is the area where the ships are kept, the seashore. There are a lot of ships, so it is common noun. See the 13th, Almirah. Almirah is also a common noun. If here it would have been written Godrej Almirah, so it would have been a proper noun. So a common thing is almirah. There can be so many almirahs. All the almirahs are known as almirahs only, but the particular kind of almirah will be the proper noun. Now see the exercise B. You will do the rest of the questions from exercise A yourself in your book. You will mark it from the in the book with a pencil. And now coming to the B exercise, that is you have to fill in the blanks with abstract nouns. So you have to write the abstract nouns in the blanks. So first one, see, I was very naughty in my childhood. So childhood is abstract noun because it can't be touched or seen. Second, dash system was abolished by Abraham Lincoln. Slavery. Slave is a noun. Slave is a particular person, a slave. You all must be knowing that slaves are people who are kept by some people and they work for them. They are kept as prisoners. So slaves are there. Slavery is made from that noun. So slavery is a thing which can't be touched or seen, but it is the name of particular things, particular state of action or mind. So it is called an abstract noun. Now third, there are many people living below the dash line. So below the poverty line. Poverty you all must be knowing. Below poverty line, poverty is garibi we say in Hindi. So poverty line. Now the last two you will do on your own. So now coming to the C exercise, you have to underline the material nouns in these sentences. So you have to underline the nouns which are material nouns. There are nouns in the sentences which are material nouns. You have to underline, you have to mark those nouns. See the first one, is there any sugar in the bag? So sugar is a material. Sugar is the thing that is kept inside the bag. So sugar is material noun. See the second, this chair is made of wood. So wood is the material noun. You will mark wood. Similarly, fifth one, chocolates are made of cocoa. So you will mark cocoa. I have 4 sheets of paper. So you will mark paper because paper is the material noun used here. My pencil box is made of plastic. So plastic you will mark as material noun. So got it how you will do the exercise C? Now exercise D. Pick out the abstract nouns and concrete nouns and write them in the space given below. So you have the sentences, and below that the sentences you have two columns of abstract and concrete nouns. So you will read the sentences one by one. You will read the first sentence, and if there is any abstract and concrete noun, you will note it down in the columns. First one, it takes courage to rescue someone from the fire. So here we have courage, the abstract noun. You will write in abstract noun courage. And you have fire, the concrete noun. So you will write fire in concrete noun. Second, the boy was charmed by her beauty. So you have charmed and beauty, the abstract nouns. So you will write in abstract noun charmed and beauty. You will just put comma after courage and you will write charmed there. So you will do like this only. And see, beauty is also there. I have written there. So if there is no space in the first line, so you will write in the next line. See the third, oxygen is necessary for our life. So oxygen is something which can't be seen or touched, but it is there. It can be feel. It can be, sorry, not feel. It is there. You can think about oxygen. You know there is oxygen. So it is the particular name of a particular gas. So oxygen you will write in abstract noun. And life is there. Life is also something which can't be touched or seen. So you will write life. Now fourth, honesty is the best policy. So you will write honesty in the abstract nouns. By far no concrete noun has come, so you will write honesty in the abstract noun. Now fifth one, his grip has the strength of steel. So strength you have which can't be seen or touched, so you will write in abstract noun. And steel, see, steel I have written in concrete noun, so you will write in concrete noun steel. Similarly you will do the rest of these sentences. Now we have the exercise E. Form abstract nouns from these nouns, verbs and adjectives. So from the given nouns, verbs and adjectives you have to form the abstract nouns. The difficult ones I have done for you, rest you can do on your own. First one, honesty. Sorry, honest is there, so honesty is the abstract noun for honest. Angry, second is angry, so anger is the abstract noun for angry. Seventh one, blind is there, so blindness is the abstract noun. 11th, slave is there. We have discussed in the B exercise also. Slavery system was abolished by Abraham Lincoln. So slave is the noun from which we have made slavery. Priest, so priest is there. Priest is the priest of church, the priest of the temple. So priest is there, so you made priesthood from priest. 19, life is there, so liveliness we have made from life. And now 15, worthy is there, so from worthy we have made worth. So got it how we have done it? We have formed abstract nouns from these nouns. Now coming to the F exercise, fill in the blanks with collective or material nouns. So we have the blanks here. We have to fill the blanks with material or collective nouns. So see, first one, a collection of stars is called cluster. A gang of robbers has been caught by the police. So second is gang. The cheese is made of milk. So milk is the material noun. First two were the collective nouns. See the fourth one. The crowd was dispersed by the police at India Gate. So again we have use the collective noun crowd. A herd of cattle, I've told you earlier, herd for a group of animals. So a herd of cattle had ruined the crop of Halku. So Halku was a farmer whose crop were ruined by herd of cattle. The furniture is made of wood. So all the 6 I have done for you. This exercise you will note down in your book. So you have to do all the you have to note down all the definitions of kinds of nouns in your fair notebook, and you will do the exercises in your book only. So I hope you have understood the chapter, and you will do the exercises in your book only, and you will note down the definitions in your grammar notebook. So I hope you have got the chapter and you will do the work that is given to you. Hope you have understood it, and do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share the videos, and look forward for the videos in future. Thank you so much for watching the video.